Hello, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to read Shytoshi's new Medium post, The Art of Crypto War. In his new article, posted on November 13, 2021, talks about the art of crypto war, know thyself, anti-FUD patrol, Robinhood FUD, SHIB supply, dog park versus Shiba ecosystem, we are awesome SHIB army, be freaking war of scammers and token calculation according to SHIB research. Okay, let's get right into it. The art of crypto war. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory gained you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. Good day SHIB army. Often I reflect on quotes from the greats like Sun Tzu, but never before has a quote been so important in the realm of our decentralized community. Let's examine the quote closely, evaluate our current place in battleground, explain and dispel FUD, give some warnings, and a few shout-outs to incredible SHIB army members doing great things. Ready? LFG. Know thyself. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. We've seen many cryptos get rugged, cue Squid Game music. This is the risk of investing into a new team, and sometimes even an old established one, in this current landscape. But, if you never ever invest more than you can lose, then you've eliminated this quote, for you know yourself. If you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. As a person that's been with SHIB since February, I exist in this quote. I know myself, my limits and strengths, and I don't fear the daily ups and downs that the FUD and lies bring to our community. I understand that despite the ignorant masses who still think we are just a meme, we have long-term goals, and have put into play one of the most comprehensive, truly decentralized plans in crypto existence. This place, Top 10, requires a certain level of responsibility and transparency that we attempt to provide while still offering heart-to-heart conversations and security/privacy for all involved. Despite all these things, we still fight an incredible amount of FUD. Let's review that last line of Sun Tzu's wisdom. If you know yourself but not the enemy, for every victory gained you will also suffer a defeat. For many in SHIB army this is a reality. They know themselves, only until an article of FUD causes doubt that SHIB isn't exactly what it says it is. For others, they never look past the surface, or take the word of authorities who even I thought would have our best interest at heart. However, the reality is, everyone in SHIB, or watching SHIB, has their own wish for what happens next to us as a token or to you as a holder. Some want to hack you and take your tokens. Some want to scare you and cause you to dump so they can quietly amass more. Some want to short the token. Some just want to talk smack on Twitter because they're actually jealous of our multi-million% rise. But we as a unit are stronger than the FUD they've thrown at us, which is why we usually hold steady until a new catalyst takes us to the next level. I've also seen the beauty and wonder of the army. Those who have my back, and those who want all of us to succeed. To assist in this move to make sure we all succeed, I'm arming each and every one of you with the truth, so you can fight any FUD you see in the upcoming days, months or years. Anti-FUD patrol. The biggest FUD we've been dealing with stems from the supply of SHIB. So let's dispel this one first. The supply of SHIB was designed to remain static and not burn. There is no inherent burn mechanism such as you'd find in other reflect tokens. While for some this may seem to be a disadvantage, it instead gives the option to burn tokens using utility. Example of utility burns are listed below. During the months of our meteoric rise, the amount of SHIB in circulation changed dramatically due to several factors. I can speak for no one else, except on one thing, that being that everyone bought their tokens from retail outlets, i.e. exchanges. For each exchange, the authority on the amount of tokens has, and unfortunately remains for the time being, centralized outlets such as CoinMarketCap, owned by Binance FYI. We have seen other errors take place on CMC's website, including putting the wrong contract address, essentially adding another token to ours. Luckily, our incredible defense breed handled that situation and mitigated the issue before it got out of hand. An issue I didn't know existed. With this more recent switch, during one of our best bull runs, we were completely caught off guard. We were then given different reasons to why this change took place, a surprise to us here because, as mentioned early, they are the authority on supply and price for almost the entire industry. We expected to get heads up before this change but received no communication. After the change, we received no official communication, except responses from customer service that changed from a glitch and API change on our part, lie, to we fixed it. I expected better from CMC, but I stand corrected. Now, before I go any further, please don't go one-starring CMC somewhere. We will win by becoming a top 3 token. Instead, we can use this time to graciously request communication from the Binance/CMC team about what happened because we want to know, and expect a response. However, we know and understand it might be that they cannot answer us currently, and I'd like to explain why. This will also dispel other FUD. But before I do, I requested a deep dive into our circulating tokens and the breeds did a great job coming up with an exact total. Again, we'd like to have this validated with the help of CMC, but that may not be possible. I'll add that supply down at the end of this article. Robinhood FUD. It's downright silly to think that Robinhood wouldn't list SHIB. Like the wallet FUD, I'm coming to that too, this FUD is out of context. Let's look at what was reported by Fortune, and then examine the larger picture. Our strategy is a little bit different than a lot of the other players out there who are just racing to list as many assets as possible right now, Brown said at a Crypto Goes Mainstream event hosted by crypto publication Decrypt on Tuesday. We think that the short-term gain we might get is not worth the long-term trade-off for our users. Although this is true, it is not the entire quote about Shiba. This is taken from Fortune written by my friend Grady McGregor, but when we dig a bit deeper we'll see this was actually a dig at Coinbase, and I'm going to give you my, and only my opinion, on why Miss Brown took this shot at Coinbase. Let's look at the entire quote shall we as written by the place that had the event, Decrypt. The first thing is that we're not going to talk about it, Brown said about the decision to list specific assets. More importantly, the company isn't following the route of Coinbase, whose CEO, Brian Armstrong, has vowed to become the Amazon of assets and list every asset that's legal. And Brown appeared to take a shot at Coinbase in her response about SHIB. I also think that our strategy is a little bit different than a lot of the other players out there who are just racing to list as many assets as possible right now, Brown said. We think that the short-term gain we might get is not worth the long-term trade-off for our users. I also think that our strategy is a little bit different than a lot of the other players out there who are just racing to list as many assets as possible right now, Brown said. We think that the short-term gain we might get is not worth the long-term trade-off for our users. Brown reiterated that Robinhood is a safety-first company and added, we want to make sure that we're working and assessing everything from a regulatory perspective really well. Now this final line is the one that is left out by Grady, and as a result, by every other publication, which has infuriated me. We want to make sure that we're working and assessing everything from a regulatory perspective really well. So, if you were Robinhood and you were assessing everything from a regulatory perspective because, you know AMC, SEC, etc., what's one of the main things you need to make sure is 100% correct? Ding ding. Supply. And if CMC had it wrong, well, then they better get it right. Moreover, they can't discuss if this or anything influences their decision to list us. That's all part of the process of the cone of silence. Now go reread the quote again with this new perspective. First, we won't talk about it, cone of silence. Our strategy is different than Coinbase. We have to be careful to protect the interests of our users, because FRFR they are under a lot of magnifying glasses by the alphabet boys. Note that right after the circulation change another exchange in the USA began discussing listing SHIB, Kraken. And please hear me, Kraken has been really nice and good to us on the team. They're reached out and are still working on listing SHIB, so lay off with the 1-star reviews please. But this also proves the same thing, that when working through the regulatory red tape of the USA, it's important to access everything from a regulatory perspective because if you don't, the short-term gains might not be worth the long-term trade-off, i.e. if a token rugs. But Coinbase listed SHIB with no problem you say. And I say that's why Ms. Brown took a dig at them saying, they won't rush it. And they shouldn't. But I'm sure they'll find we are exactly what we said we are and nothing more. Now do you see how such a simple spin can cause such FUD that Robinhood won't list SHIB? It's ridiculous hogwash. I personally know how hard it is to nail an interview without causing FUD or giving away any details of your plan, and I applaud Christine Brown for her response and give a huge thumbs down to all the media out there who missed the Easter egg. But who can blame them for taking extra time to double-check everything, especially with this next FUD also from the CMC website. But the entire supply is controlled by like 8 people. CMC has an unfortunate issue here by putting on their page that the top 10 wallets hold 80% of the supply. Now wait, this is true. But wait, and the number 1 wallet has 41% of the supply. 41%. Run for your lives from this meme coin, they say. Yeah, that's a burn wallet. No one has the keys. VB himself burned billions of dollars in SHIB to that wallet. Moreover, most of the other wallets are exchanges, and even liquidity as a result of VB's donation, Wintermule. We can clearly see this when we look at the SHIB top wallets on Etherscan. Moreover, the other non-listed wallets might be exchanges as well. However, there is FUD about a multi-billion-dollar holder who has held onto his initial SHIB investment, and it is now worth billions of dollars. Recently, this wallet split their holdings, or gave some away, to multiple locations. Because of this action, and not just straight dumping on all of us, I personally believe this to be a smart investor who is waiting for the right time to cash out a small amount of their holdings, no different than any other holder out there. Otherwise, they dumped a long time ago. Besides, as shown above, they hold a relatively small percentage of the supply in comparison to the holders of, say, Dogecoin. LOL. By the way, if that's your wallet, I accept holiday gifts in the form of Aventador SVJs, thanks. LOL. Just buy from Beverly Hills Lamborghini or Newport Beach. They accept BTC. I'm just kidding. Unless you gonna do it. Dog Park versus Shiba Ecosystem. If there's anything the posts of people crying because they sold 1 trillion tokens says, is that good things come to those who HODL. DYOR and see that we are building something much bigger than ourselves. One of the issues we've seen with this fact is everyone claiming to be an official part of our ecosystem or others just claiming that I've spoken to them or work with them. Because of this tomfoolery, I've been working with the defensive breed to utilize the sniff score, now redesigned from 0 to 100 with 100 being perfect, to delineate between a token or business outside of our core, but still part of our larger ecosystem. We will call this special place the Dog Park. So while things like Shibarium and Shiba Swap are part of our Shiba ecosystem, things that run on Shibarium, yes, I'm looking at you unnamed token, will be part of this greater Dog Park. This is all part of our reorganization as we work on Shibarium, and a refresh for Shiba Swap we call Shiba Swap 2.0. More details as we begin to show what SHIB is going to be in our next iteration. We are awesome SHIB Army. Moreover, this Dog Park and Sniff score will allow us to showcase some amazing SHIB Army members including Stephen Cooper and his musical Burning playlist, and Empress Robinson, the 4-year-old art prodigy with over 500 real paintings burning SHIB from her recent NFT drop. Can I also mention Venezuela with over 80 locations accepting SHIB in the country? This is true decentralization, and we are just getting started. Be freaking aware of scammers. But with all things, scammers abound. It's tricky to know who is legit and who is trying to either just gain followers or hack your wallet. I started a non-shy account so I can go into rooms, and I've been in this scam Telegram room for like a month. I've been there trying to see exactly how they convince people to get scammed, and here's their play. The room has a lot of people, so it looks legit. The room constantly talks about a bonus or airdrop. Like non-stop. So much so that they don't even talk about SHIB. If you mention SHIB, it just gets ignored, and a new user just says how much they love the bonus coins they got from the airdrop. A lonely straggler enters into the room, or is added, and asks, "Is this legit?" All they see is, "Yes, real. It's real, I made so much." They go to whatever link, or do the instructions, and as soon as they link their wallet, or add their phrase, their account is cleaned out. Gone. And then they are banned from the room. I've seen other scams too, and now have even become weary of people who say, "Put your wallet below" on Twitter. In doing so, you add an identifier to an otherwise completely anonymous wallet. If you become a crypto millionaire later, now they know who/what to target. Recently, I even heard of someone who believes they were hacked through their Wi-Fi router. This is some scary stuff, and as we are the youngest, most successful, and in many ways most naive, token in the world, please let this be a final warning to be careful. Also, be wary of scam accounts. They've been using bots heavily in my tweets and other legit accounts' tweets. Any, and I mean any, giveaway or comment that asks you to join a Telegram under a tweet is a scam. Moreover, some are smarter than others. The indicator to me that an account is a scam or has malintent boils down to a few things. The account is all about SHIB bro, but is from 2011. Red flag. The account uses an unusual spelling because they have a specific intention. Shiba Inu news being spelled with an L, Shiba Inu News, is a great example of this. We've seen accounts turn from pro-shib to pro-whatever, and even give faulty reactions that get picked up from the media who thinks it's official. Red flag. They use SHIB logo as their avatar. They beg for followers or constantly try to push to the next level of followers. They are official sources to make themselves look legit. Then, once they have lots of trust, they'll use a secondary account to promote a lie, FUD or promotion that they to all heaven in an attempt to get you to give your seed or unlock your wallet on a fake site. So again, please, be extra careful. And no more FUD. So please, let's forget the FUD and stay safe. If we can utilize this time intelligently, we can take SHIB, and our other tokens, leash and bone, to new heights this year and beyond. When the FUD arises, think critically and ask yourself, who benefits from the FUD? Why now, and also does it make sense? I bid you all a restful weekend. Salute. Below is the token calculation according to SHIB research. There is a lot of numbers involved, and if you would like to have a further look into the numbers and the blockchain addresses associated with those numbers, I suggest you visit Shytoshi's Medium post directly to get all the blockchain addresses. The link to Shytoshi's Medium post is below in the description area of this video. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, click the subscribe button, and hit the bell icon to get notifications when we release new videos. Also, please share the video with your family and friends. That will help this channel a lot. Thank you for your support and thank you for watching. See you in the next video.